Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Podcast Room 303. Introducing one co-host with more nuggets than Chick-fil-A, Nick Morahan. Executive producer until we find someone better, Eric Washington. Nobody really knows what he does around here, Nevada Putnam. And now, the single greatest thing to happen to hosting in history, Jermaine Antonio Colon Mendez. On with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Podcast Room 303, episode 255. That sounds like a made-up number, but it is what it is. On today's episode, we'll get into a head-to-head review, pop culture pick'em, top 5 professional wrestlers, know what the fuck headline, and I didn't ask this pre-show. Are we doing a blind 5, Nevada?
I got you.
All right, we'll do a blind 5 as well. We'll also get you some betting odds for the Preakness this week. Without further ado, how are you doing this evening, Nick?
I asked for one thing in the NHL playoffs. Well, what was that? What was that, guys? Does anybody want to tell me? I asked for one thing. I asked for Colorado forward Valeri Nichushkin not to shove little white lines up his nose for 1 month. Actually, let me not speculate. I just asked him not to do drugs and bang Russian prostitutes for 1 month. I'm going to take a break from talking to you guys for a second. I'm going to look in the camera. Valerie, I'm talking to you now. When you didn't do this, we won a Stanley Cup. But the news came out yesterday before Game 5. Four, excuse me. That he indeed did shove, inject, take, snort, smoke, whatever he wants to do, or whatever he did. He is back in the player assistance program, and he is suspended for 6 months after a failed drug test. I asked for one thing. When he doesn't do it, we win the Stanley Cup. When he does it, we get eliminated by some podunk team in the second round. Vegas or Seattle or Dallas. It's simple.
You asked him to Nichushkin up his ass no more.
I just don't Nishutin anything inside of your body and start shooting pucks in the net because you're good at that.
It's in his name, though. He's just out there Nichushkin coke up his nose, dude. You know what I mean?
Nichushkin all the coke.
How you doing?
Russia in the offseason.
How you doing this evening, Nevada?
Pain. Yeah, Nick kind of touched on it. It's a world of pain right now. We can get into it in a little bit, but pain.
Y'all had a good shot this year too. That's what's so funny.
Well, yeah, and the goaltending, which obviously we can dig into it, but outside of the very first game of the playoffs, the goalie has actually been good.
That's one thing I've been watching that specifically because you guys dragged him so much. So I was like, okay, that means he's not a good goaltender. And like as I've watched these games progressively, I'm just like, I don't have that opinion, but I also didn't watch every regular season game or anything like that.
Yeah,
so.
he's on his upswing as far as his play goes. Kind of mentioned that I think a couple episodes ago, where it's like he's go through his swoons and then he'll rise to the top, and right now he's rising to the top.
That's a good time to heat up. That's all I'm saying.
It is. Too bad we're down 3-1.
So that's it. You guys win another game?
I don't think so. I think it's done in 5.
Done in 5.
Yeah. So Wednesday night, 15th. I think it's done. Dallas at home. They're just such a complete team, and DeBoer, for whatever reason, always has our number. So I think it's 5. If we do win somehow, I don't see us winning 6 because obviously we got to go 3 for 3. I don't see that happening.
Man, I would love for you guys to pull it off, though. just so we can
Oh.
sit here and talk about you guys in the Western Conference Finals, and I could just bury you guys for losing faith.
for bailing on the bandwagon. Yeah.
Oh man, you guys talking about the Canucks, right? The Canucks are in the other series. Who did you play in the first round? The Jets. I was like, you guys painted it so bleak. There was no possible chance you could beat the Jets. That's what I was told. You guys won in 5, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 straight.
Oh man. And how many has Nichushkin been good this postseason?
Yes, he has. I saw the stat today. I can't remember. I think it was 9 points in 10 games. 7 straight games with a goal, which, if I remember correctly, tied the NHL record.
Okay.
Or right around there. So, yeah, he was on fire.
Damn. It's all the drugs, dude.
Russians. I don't know what you can say about it, but Russians.
Damn. That's a horrible way to lose.
It's like I said, we can get into it when Nick has the time, but for me, the overarching theme for what he did and stuff like that was just a massive violation of trust. Back-to-back years, you're one of 8 teams in the West to go after the Cup. You're arguably the last 3 years the odds-on favorite to win it. In 2 years in a row, he ends up fucking up, and he's done.
Yeah,
you can't trust someone like that anymore.
How long is he under contract?
6 more years.
No way.
Yeah. So
6 more years.
Yeah.
Oh, how can you get out? Can you get out of that legally? Like, since he's in the player protocol thing for another.
Well, since we're kind of on it, yeah. So there is a few options. Obviously, there's nothing that says you can't drop them when they're in the program. It's really just mostly just a bad look because it's like people that are in this program are trying to better themselves.
Nah, but this is strike 3 though. Like, he's not trying.
Right, exactly. This is different. This isn't we had one of our players, Gerard. He usually when you go into the program, it's voluntary. It's basically I need help me out, and that's what the program is designed for. The problem is,
and there's no consequences the first time, right?
Right. It's just, hey, yeah, let's help you out. Whether it's mental health, most of the time it's mental health, substance abuse. That's what the core of the program is for, to try to get you back straight and narrow and good to go. But apparently there's, I guess, essentially repercussions. So Nichushkin has now entered stage 3 of the program. I didn't even know there were stages. There's apparently 4 stages. The second stage was like no real repercussions per se, but it's kind of like, now you're on our shit list. If you violate terms of the second stage, you enter the third stage, which is suspended for 6 months, no pay. If you violate the stipulations of stage 3, you're suspended for a year and your reinstatement is not guaranteed.
Yeah. So, and he has to apply for reinstatement in stage 3, right?
Yeah. Once his 6 months is up, he can reapply, and it's the way they word it is that you will be reinstated barring anything terrible. Okay. So it's kind of more of a, hopefully you being suspended for 6 straight months will kind of maybe be a little bit of a wake-up call for people who get to that point. I guess we'll find out because this is the first time it's happened. But yeah, his contract, again, 6 years. So there's a few ways you can get out of it. You can put him on waivers, which is probably the route that they would go. Hopefully a team picks him up, and then you don't have to worry about the contract and all that. Possibly. Obviously, a trade. Granted, you're not going to get basically jack shit for him because nobody wants. They're going to be
He's
like,
a liability at this
it's
point.
yeah, it's damaged goods. Why would we give you a lot of stuff? It's more so to get away from the contract. There's a possibility. It's not really a great possibility that they could basically file a grievance with the league to just flat out terminate the contract. But based on previous cases where they have terminated the contract, his isn't going to rise to the level to have that blessing.
Damn. I mean, 3 times you can't terminate a contract after 3 times.
So the closest one that was described was, I can't remember, it might have been early to mid 2000 or mid to late 2000, something like that. A dude had, I think he had a coke problem. Kind of, we assume it's like Nichushkin's, which we assume is coke, but we have no idea. But this guy had a coke problem, and he tried to essentially smuggle in coke from, I think, Canada into the U.S. on like the team plane.
That Canadian snow, is that good?
I guess. So that was the one where the one that's most similar to this, but again, there's no indication that he's trying to smuggle anything or, anything in the locker room. It's more so just personal off time stuff. So that could be pretty difficult. So the president's not there, but who knows? Because this player assistance program is new too. So I don't know if that holds any weight, but
I wonder if they could move the contract away from the salary cap.
So they can buy him out. What that would do, they would have to pay it if they bought him out, say this summer. They would have to pay him out over 12 years, which would cost a total of just over $20 million. But you would save just over $10 million. So
you would pay 20 over 12.
Right.
Does that count against the cap or?
Yeah. So your cap hit would be next year would be nothing. The year after would be like $500,000. And then after that, it would be 3 mil, 3 mil, 5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5.
Dude, that's so bad.
That is awful.
We're basically having a $5 million player doing nothing.
So is there a bad team that, first of all, to answer your comment earlier about, or not answer, but Bob Probert, Detroit Red Wings winger, suspended for life for smuggling cocaine into the U.S. after serving a 90-day jail sentence. Probert was reinstated on March 9th, 1990 and played 4 games. Why would you reinstate him?
Late 80s, early 90s hockey. Didn't care. That just shows how many people were on coke.
Bro, cocaine was apparently the drug of choice. That's wild. Hey, come back. Come play some more.
So, Jermaine, I think I know where you're going with this as far as, is there essentially a team out there that would trade or pick him up? Is that where you're headed?
Yes.
Short answer is yes. Because, again, if they were to trade for him, and this was discussed, it may be one of those things where if they trade for him, they maybe kind of force him to put into his contract, we'll keep your contract as is, but there's going to be a clause that if you fuck up again, it's completely terminated.
Okay.
I don't know. The problem with, it'd be nice if the Avs would do that, but it's hard to do that within the locker room because he's essentially destroyed his relationship in the locker room.
They pulled the nameplate.
They pulled the nameplate.
And somebody blasted him.
Jack Johnson, a very, I mean, he has been not a good hockey player for about 3 years now, and the Avs keep bringing him back, which shows you what kind of leader he is in the locker room.
Yeah, that Jack Johnson's a guy who had, I don't know the exact amount, but it was like $10 or $15 million stolen by his parents from his career earnings, and he basically had to start from zero. It's a wild story if you look up Jack Johnson and his parents. Yeah, they essentially took 10 or 15 million of his career earnings and took it. But yeah, he said,
how did he not get it back?
It's a mess. But he said, I think, can't remember if it was before the game or after the game, but Jack Johnson, like Nick said, respected veteran in the locker room. In reference to Valeri, he said he made his decision. That's all I'm going to say about that. He made his decisions.
Oh my goodness.
And there was no teammates that came out and were like, yeah, it sucks. Hopefully we get Val back, stuff like that. They were just like, he was the only one that actually spoke up. But so yes, I think a team other than the Avs, because I think he's destroyed his relationship in the locker room. Out of 32 teams, I don't know, Nick, what would you say? At least 25 would want him. He's 6'5", 230. He can skate. He can play on the penalty kill. He can play on the power play. He can play 5-on-5. He can score.
On the Avs, he is a second. He is a second line winger, and that's only because the Avs have two guys named Mikko Rantanen and McKinnon plays on the wing too, right, Nevada?
No, that's center.
Len Kuzman, right?
Druin's on the wing.
Oh, right, Jonathan Drouin. Yeah. Just the once former number 4 pick in the NHL draft.
So, to your point, Jermaine, he'd be a great asset for any team because he's so versatile and so big. And I'll lay off this stat for you. I've heard this a handful of times. It blows my mind how valuable he is to the Avs. Obviously, the Avs have a lot of other talent elsewhere, so it's not just Val. So I'll start with the small numbers. They'll get bigger. In the 22-23 season, with Val in the lineup, the Avs were 39-8-6.
That's really good.
Since joining the Avs, playoffs and postseason, with Val in the lineup, the Avs are 232, 84, and 28. And in 55 playoff games with the Avs over the last 5 years, 38 wins.
Oh, and a Stanley Cup.
Yes. So
he's essentially a 600 player.
Yeah.
He is crucial to what the Avs do. Like I said, he can play anything you want, any situation you want. You want him on power play, he can do it. You want him to kill penalties, he's on the first penalty kill unit. Obviously, 5-on-5, he's a monster.
He can score. He can play defense. He can back check. He can
fuck hookers and do blow and
he can't do that.
Hold up machine guns in Russia and go to town. He can do a lot of stuff.
He's a 5-tool player.
He is. So it sucks. It really sucks.
That's a lot worse than I thought it was, man. I knew he was good. I didn't know he was that good. And
yeah. I think from what I saw, I think it was this year, without Val in the lineup, the Avs are like 11-19.
Jesus.
So you can just see how big. Yeah,
you guys are cooked. You're not winning another game.
The only way I could see them turning this around is if, for whatever reason, the locker room galvanizes and they're so fucking pissed off at him that they just go on a tear. But I think, Nick, you watched the game last night. I watched the highlights and stuff. They were just flat. They were done. They're like, are you fucking kidding us? 2 years in a row and you're pulling this shit?
Yeah.
We not many times in sports do you get to see how a team will react a second time. After it last year in Seattle, they were done. They were cooked. They were a shell of their former self. They can't. I think they know the stats. They know they can't win with him or win without him.
When was the first time he got wrapped up for this?
Seattle
last year.
I think so, right? I think last year in Seattle was the first. There had been
That was
rumors
that was him getting caught with a prostitute in the hotel room.
Yes,
right? That was the first time.
And right,
And
we don't know what, but prostitute and
yeah,
she was. I think the report out of Seattle was he was drunk, she was acting drunk, and it was kind of Seattle police were kind of like. There was Nevada and I both said to each other at the time in Seattle, you don't just arrest somebody for being drunk with a prostitute in your room. Like that's just like it's whatever. It's whatever. But there was other stuff there, and I think he did the player assistance program this year, right, Nevada? I think you already talked about that.
Nevada, you're
on
muted.
Mute.
He did it twice. Right after the Seattle stuff, and then again, God, what was that?
December?
Yes, January, February, somewhere around there. Something like that. But yeah, he was out for another, I don't know, month, 6 weeks.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's essentially been in the program now 3 times in
18 months.
Yeah, I think they said it was like 380 days. He's been in it 3 times.
I don't know how you can't terminate that contract. That's so crazy to me. But
well, yeah, it's like I think from what I understand, like NBA contracts, because they are fully guaranteed, you just can't terminate them.
Got it.
So, again, this one may be a special situation where if he does get picked up again, maybe that team can put in a clause. Maybe not necessarily a full termination, but at least maybe can say, hey, your salary that we owe you is now, I don't know, 20% or whatever.
Yeah.
But
so does that make the Stars the favorite in the West now? Because I don't imagine. Look, I'm going to go out on a limb and say you guys don't win. You know what I mean? So
I still think, I still think Dallas is the best in the West. They've got easily the best goalie left in the West. They're incredibly deep. They have scoring from everywhere. They're not top heavy. They got a good coach. I completely agree that they're the team to beat in the West.
Ooh, the Bruins got one today. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I saw that. So, but yeah, I think it'll be done game 5 here. I think more than anything, with that news with Val yesterday, the spirit, the soul, the drive, whatever you want to call it, I think it's kind of pretty much been killed with the Avs.
Yeah, and I don't see your coach as the kind of coach that would get him to, I just don't think he's that good. So I don't think he's going to be able to rally these guys a second year in a row. You know what I mean?
Coach is really, I mean, the players love him. Obviously, he's been with them now for 7 years, 8 years, something like that.
Yeah.
So they trust him and stuff like that. They believe in him and stuff like that. He knows how to manipulate his lineup and all that. But I mean, this is deeper than just, we lost a guy because he, fucked up his shoulder.
Yeah. This is this is a character flaw, and that's the worst.
Right, and that's why I said this is worse because you betrayed trust.
Yeah,
and so hockey teams are so close together, family wise. They do everything on the ice, off the ice together. This one, like, basically legitimately hits like a family. So it sucks, especially for that news to come out 2-3 hours before you play.
Yeah. They knew about it though, right? Like, you would have to know the Avs org knew about it before.
So yeah, Bednar, the coach, I think he said he found out just after. God, don't think it was morning skate. It was that day.
Damn. So the NHL hadn't even told the organization yet.
No.
That seems like a bad way. That seems like bad faith to handle something like that.
Yeah. So I've heard some things that they think the test was probably within the last, 72, 96 hours, something like that. But yeah, they didn't tell the team until a few hours before the game. Because there was he wasn't in the morning skate, Nichushkin. So
someone had to have known.
Yeah, whether the league just said, "Hey, he can't practice," or however that word came down, they didn't know until after morning skate.
Okay.
So,
just to tie the bow on that Jack Johnson thing you mentioned, his parents, Tina and Jack Johnson Sr., tried to monetize Johnson's contract by borrowing money secured against their son's future earnings. Tina borrowed at least $15 million across about 18 high-interest loans, resulting in multiple defaults.
yeah.
Dude, parents are fucking wild, bro.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get into head-to-head here. So head-to-head, we have not as much red as we usually see. We got 4 hits out of 12. So that's, that's not super bad. That's a 25% hit rate.
Is that green on Nick's ledger?
That is absolutely green. The streak was broken, and it was a home run bet as expected. Nick definitely got the he hit Paul Goldschmidt live bet, by the way. Go ahead, Nick.
And let's not mention, this was my second Paul Goldschmidt homer bet of the week. If you guys remember, the first one was rained out.
That's right.
So the ticket to success, guys, I found it, right? This is a gold mine. Okay. Sports betting gold mine. Bet a guy to hit a home run. When that game is rained out, wait until the next game he's playing. That rematch of that game, live bet him to hit a home run. I only live bet because I was going to bet Paul Goldschmidt. And I was like, oh, cool. And I forgot there was a Saturday. I was like, oh, crap, the game's already started.
But you did follow suit with the Tommy Pham missed home run and a Texas Rangers money line L. Nevada took the...
We can't quit cold turkey. We can't quit losing that cold turkey, dude.
Yeah. Slow and steady, dude. You know what I mean? You got to ease yourself into the winning circle. Nevada hit Elias Patterson under 0.5 points in the Oilers-Canucks game. And
that was a super easy bet. I didn't say it to you guys in the group, but he had the flu that day.
Jesus. How did you get plus money with a guy with the flu? Come on, Vegas. You won't even let me bet Ohtani home run, but you can bet under on a guy with the flu. What is this?
They weren't even sure if he was going to play, so I thought the bet may not go through, but sure shit, he played.
That's horseshit. Then Nevada also had no runs in the first between the Rangers and the Rockies, and shocker, he lost his NASCAR bet.
Yeah.
Eric
how close, though? How close?
Not close.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we like him not close after all that heartbreaking. Eric hit the Chelsea Arsenal money line parlay on, I believe that's Sunday. Yeah, the 12th.
I mean, by the way, Jermaine, great call on the Ozuna bet. Just wrong day.
Oh, bro, he went 2 for 4. Motherfucker went 2 for 4. I was just like, if you would tell me I picked him to hit a home run and he had a stat line of 2 for 4, I was like, yeah, it's a pretty safe bet. I hit a home run. Nope. And then I always fade Derek Lewis, and I have lost so much money fading Derek Lewis.
My balls is hot.
I don't know why. I always fade him. I'm just like, he's not that good. I have to start understanding the rest of the heavyweight division is not that good.
It's also not that good.
Yeah, and Derek Lewis is better than the rest of the division. but he continues to cost me money. And then I bought the hype of the Minnesota Timberwolves. I bet I thought it was a fun bet, right? Exact series game bet for a head-to-head. I was just like, this will be fun. No, the Timberwolves cannot win at home against the defending champs. And this series got a whole lot interesting. So that's the head-to-head breakdown there.
It's because Murray got dissed. He got dissed.
Murray, after his tantrum, bro, he's a little bitch, dude. I used to be
Seems
a
like
Jamal
a lot
Murray.
of people from Toronto.
For those of you who don't get that reference, what do you live under a rock? Oh man, Toronto Maple Leafs, Jamal Murray, and Aubrey. Poor Aubrey. Let's get into head-to-head here, boys. Top 5 pro wrestlers. Today's order is myself, Nevada, and Nick. It almost feels cheating that I get to go first. So I'm not going to take anyone that you guys were probably going to pick because I have a plethora of knowledge. So I'll go ahead and take the phenomenal one, AJ Styles.
AJ Styles.
So it's funny. My older brother bought me an action figure the other day. We used to collect copious amounts of pro wrestling action figures. And he bought me one of his first appearance on World Championship Wrestling, WCW. So he made his first appearance on WCW 3 weeks before WCW was bought by WWE and shuttered. And I remember as a kid, I told my brother, that guy is going to be a star. That's the first time I'd ever seen him. I was just like, yeah, that guy is going to be a star. So, yeah. And I was like, all right, bet. And he turns out he ends up being TNA World Champion. He ends up being New Japan Pro Wrestling World Champion. He ends up being WWE World Champion. All like, you don't usually win those other titles and come in and win the WWE World title. So that's how good this dude was. But I'll defer to you, Nevada. What's your first pick?
This one, childhood memories right here with the theatrics, but The Undertaker.
Oh, yeah. That's a great 1-of-1. Like, that should have been 101 probably. Yeah. And usually everyone's like, Stone Cold or The Rock are the best. To me, it's like, dude, The Undertaker defended a streak at WrestleMania. That wasn't even a belt, but it was so prominent a storyline that he just defended his winning record at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I remember watching here and there. And you're like, again, I got into him because of the theatrics. I'd have to think about it. You could probably argue there's some people that could put up a little bit of a contest. But for a guy who basically never said anything, he put on one of the best shows. I fell in love with that. But yeah, he was always winning. Like every time you tune in, you're like, oh yeah, there's The Undertaker. He won it. He won again. Just kept going and going and going.
Well, that would be the best thing is that there would be the best thing about The Undertaker was shows you didn't even expect him to be, and then all of a sudden the lights would go out and he's up in the rafters, and then the lights go out again and he's like behind John Cena in the ring.
I still haven't figured out how he does that.
he zip lines down.
He teleports, dog. I also don't know how he shoots lightning. How does he do that?
Well, he's dead, dude. He's undead.
Yeah, that's right. He's the dead.
He's got magical powers.
What did I think? When he gets buried alive and comes back as the motorcycle guy.
Yeah.
And I didn't even bat an eye as a kid. I was just like, oh yeah, that's The Undertaker. He rides motorcycles now, dude.
You're like, that's what happens.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get buried alive. You start riding motorcycles. So what's funny is we saw The Undertaker's midlife crisis in real time because he ended up going back to the dark side. But he was just like, I need to buy a motorcycle, Vince.
Yeah, I do kind of remember that motorcycle.
The American Badass was his tagline. That's what he called himself.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember seeing that. And I kind of had the same thought you did, Jermaine. Was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Checks out.
Yeah.
Checks out.
He was like all kinds of like crazy colors before that, right?
He was black and purple for the most part,
Yeah,
like all the time. He put like black eye makeup on. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Nick, let's get your back to back.
I'm gonna go with a homer pick to start, or not a homer pick, but the popular pick to start. I'm gonna go Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
That's a solid choice.
He was my favorite wrestler growing up. He was the most entertaining. He said "bitch" on TV, and you were like, "Can he say?" Like, it was fun because you felt like you were being a little naughty watching him.
Hollywood Rock. Have you watched Hollywood Rock?
I have seen some clips of Hollywood Rock. Yes, he is. I mean, he is just, say what you want about the man in terms of that he's, there is not a role Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson turns down in Hollywood, but I think Hollywood has just helped him even more to come back to wrestling because it's almost like he has not missed a beat. No. And his ability in the storyline that they're in right now, his ability to read the crowd, which is already legendary.
Yes.
But also read the crowd in real time and make a switch week to week, or like from week to like 1 week to the next week. Like 1 week, this legacy tour that WWE tried to bring him back for, which was like, kind of send The Rock into the sunset, do this awesome Samoan thing with Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And The Rock was like, crowd ain't buying it. Guess who's coming out? The bad guy's coming out. And I always loved him as like a kind of like the anti-hero more than I did like the nice guy Rock.
Well, he did. So The Rock did what Hulk Hogan was. Like Hulk Hogan was red, white, Hulkamania.
Yeah.
Fight for your right. And then he switched to Hollywood Hogan, and The Rock was the people's champion.
Yeah.
That's why I call him Hollywood Rock. Like, I'm like, dude, it's the parallels. I'm like, dude, if you're a pro wrestling nerd as I am, like the parallels were so amazing. For him to just flip the switch and just become an asshole is fantastic. But,
well, professional podcast, second pick, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan. And I mean, to go from the guy in the Rocky movies, beloved by everybody, to then NWO, and I mean, hated by everybody. And I love the commitment by Hulk Hogan to the bit that even when he had the reality show, he's just that all the time. Like, that's just who Hulk Hogan is. He's not an out of ring personality. That's just, he doesn't have to get up or down. He's just Hulk Hogan all the time.
Yeah.
Like, he's at the grocery store being like, "You guys got any fresh cucumbers, brother?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually don't like Hulk Hogan, and that's a hot take.
That is a hot take.
As a kid, I was an Ultimate Warrior fan, and then now that I know he's racist, I'm like, I can't get on board with the Hulk Hogan. But everyone from pro wrestling back then is probably racist. Nevada, let's get your next pick.
Yeah, I'm going to go with another easy one. I'm going to go with Rey Mysterio.
Dude, that's one of my all-time favorites. Shout out San Diego, baby.
I stole one of yours. You stole one of mine, dude. Rey Mysterio, what an amazing wrestler.
Oh man, I'm gonna cheat here, and I'm gonna take the Hardy Boys.
The Hardy Boys.
Yeah, I'll take a tag team so I could sneak six wrestlers onto my list, dude. And double tap here with who I think is the greatest pro wrestler of all time, HBK, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. Yep.
I can't believe I got him here, so that's pretty exciting stuff. And I would have taken another guy, but I'll let him go to Nick because I know Nick's going to take that guy. All right, go ahead, Nevada.
Oh, that's putting some pressure on my list from a wrestling fan. Oh,
all right.
I'm going to have one that's going to surprise you though, Jermaine.
Oh, is it really? If you guys could surprise me, I will be shocked.
No, I think you're going to be surprised that I picked this guy.
Oh, okay, got it.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
If you do that, I'm signing off. You and Nevada are finishing the rest of the podcast. I could not stand Hacksaw Jim Duggan, bro.
This is kind of goes back to the Undertaker as far as childhood theatrics and all that, but I love me some Sting.
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
he just retired, bro.
I know. He was crushing it all the way up until the end, but God, that face paint and everything, that's what got me to him.
And the
It's like,
baseball bat and a long trench coat.
he's like, oh, that guy has face paint on.
Yeah.
And they,
Do you remember Surfer Sting with the bleach blonde hair?
no.
The
Yes.
short bleach blonde hair,
Yes.
like super muscled. He would always wear colors.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
that was Sting before NWO came into WCW. And then they did a storyline where Sting didn't wrestle for like a year. He just kept showing up in the rafters. And that's when he started dressing like the Crow.
Okay.
But yeah, you should go look up. So him and Ric Flair used to wrestle all the time when he had bleach blonde hair. And that's when Sting first got like put over. Ric Flair was like helped put Sting over. And
The
he was like a
American
surfer
Warrior
boy.
or something?
No,
he
the
was
old,
called something. Was he just Sting still? I thought he was like the American something.
I don't know. Maybe he might have been. Let me look.
And he would just like fucking intro. He would sprint into the ring.
No, that's the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, the Ultimate Warrior.
They actually did tag team together though.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm seeing this old school face paint, and thank God he switched it up.
Blade Runner Sting.
Blade Runner.
Yeah.
So I'll go my third pick here. I'll go Steve Austin.
Okay.
I
I was shocked he got this far. So
you know what? I'm not going to talk about what kind of wrestler he is. I'm not going to talk about the absolute beer, the alcoholism that he has driven all three of us to in the rest of our life. I think people that drink IPAs later in life didn't watch wrestling as a kid. I love cheap light beer because Steve Austin drank cheap light beer.
Have you tried his beer?
I haven't. No, I need to.
You should, just on principle.
I love him because he cut the best filmed promos in WWE history, where it's just Steve Austin walking through a restaurant and he's like, "Can we get you like that clips resurfaced on Instagram where it's like, can we get you anything, Mr. Austin?" And he's like, "No, ma'am, I'm actually quite full." And she's like, "Are you sure? Anything at all? It's complimentary." He goes, "Speaking of, I am a bit hungry. I'll take one cold beer." And like somebody else comes up to him, he goes, "I'll take another cold beer." And then the third waitress comes up to him, he goes, Can I get you a cold beer, Steve Austin?" He goes, "No, thank you. I'm about beered out. I'll have a Bloody Mary though." The fight with him and who did
Booker
he fight?
T.
Booker T in the grocery store is the greatest out of ring WWE moment maybe ever, before I saw Braun Strowman flip Kevin Owens' car in the parking lot and then hand the keys back to him. That was outstanding. The Braun Strowman Kevin Owens,
yeah,
where Braun Strowman just fucked with him, like that was like 3 years ago, but that's amazing. And then I'm gonna go with what I think personally is the greatest entrance in WWE history, and that's Dave Bautista as my fourth pick.
Dave Bautista, greatest entrance
with the machine gun.
Oh, I mean, that's a hard pose, but I mean, Edge's entrance is better.
I think it's the best.
All right. Hey, it's all opinion based. Dave Bautista was not a name I thought would make this list. And I'm shocked I'm shocked you didn't pick Ric Flair.
No, I don't really like Ric Flair is an amazing. I'll give it away. I'm not picking Ric Flair with my last pick. Ric Flair is an amazing piece of wrestling Americana, and I feel like we have not begun to touch the iceberg that is Ric Flair. Like, we have just got the surface of the stories that when Ric Flair dies and people can people aren't going to get sued by him anymore, we're going to just get an amazing wealth of just probably pretty terrible stories, but amazing.
Stories. I don't think he's like the bastion of
no, and I'm not defending him as that. I'm just saying there's always a story around Ric Flair.
Yeah, he's pretty amazing. He's I like Ric Flair. I don't think he's gonna make my list either. So it's up to Nevada to take him. Nevada, you're up though.
Let's see if Nevada can hold those alligators down.
Yeah, Ric Flair is not making my list. I'm gonna go with a little bit. I would consider a dark horse pick, but I'm going to complete the Brothers of Destruction with Kane.
Oh, my brother loves Kane.
I think it was that mask, and just I don't know, just when I watched him, he just kind of put a chill down my spine a little bit. I wonder if that's why I ended up liking Slipknot.
You know what's really funny is that in my house, we could not watch, despite everything that was going on in my childhood that I've told you both about. Wrestling was not allowed to be watched in my house.
That's pretty funny, dude.
It's like, you beat me. Why can't I watch guys beat each other on TV? So I would go over to Nevada's house and we would watch wrestling.
That's funny.
It was pretty awesome.
And then you guys would beat each other up afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, that if you've hung out with us, that continues to this day.
Yeah,
Nevada and I almost fought in a putt-putt in Denver because he was hitting me in the nuts too much while drunk.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's been popping into my head a lot lately, but I've thought about that Nevada once a week for the last 3 weeks and just how insanely furious I was at you. And you kept doing it until you actually saw the fire in my eyes. You're like, oh, he's going to actually punch me in the face.
Oh, we're going to fight. Oh, okay.
Yeah. You knew I was doing it because I was getting to you. I was like, oh, I could do this all day.
Shout out Kane, mayor of Knox County, Tennessee.
Is he really?
Yes. He was elected in 2018.
How far do you think a person has to push him until he goes back into his WWE personality?
Not far.
Like, try to get a legislation passed. It's all then the lights go out. He's there in the Kane outfit.
That's funny. I don't know. Probably not very far.
He's huge, right? He's like 7'2".
Yeah, he's gigantic. He's a humongous human being. Let's see. I'm on his Wikipedia page.
Yeah,
I went to go because I almost said Knoxville, and I'm like, it's 7 foot. Yeah. Oh, that's his build height. That doesn't actually mean he's 7 foot. He's probably like 6'10".
Yeah, shrimp.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a shorty.
Yeah.
What a shorty. I'm going. Man, there's so many good choices. I wanted to get some new age wrestlers on here, but I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm going to go with Kurt Angle.
Yeah. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Kurt Angle, like.
Give the man the respect.
First of all, not only is he a phenomenal wrestler, like just from the actual wrestling perspective, but from the entertainment perspective, there was nothing Kurt Angle would not do. He played terrible guitar next to Stone Cold when Stone Cold was using a guitar. He wore a small cowboy hat next to Stone Cold when Stone Cold was wearing his cowboy hat. He had that hilarious run with Edge and Christian, where they would just act a fool. He gets his head shaved in a hair versus hair match, or maybe it was a hair versus mask match, but he gets his head shaved and then wears a wig with the wrestling. I don't know what they call that. The one that covers the ears and
the cap.
Yeah. And so he wore a wig under that and acted like nothing happened. Like, dude, Kurt Angle from an entertainment perspective is one of the most underrated pro wrestlers. So I had to make sure he made this list. And
not to mention, take it away from the drama that is male soap opera, but a American hero who won a gold medal with a broken neck.
Yeah, and he would tell us all the freaking time.
Yeah.
The fact that he would always say like they would say you suck affectionately to his song because they hated him, and then he won him back over. Like, dude, Kurt Angle's the man. And so I wanted to go Randy Orton here because I love Randy Orton. I don't think he gets enough respect, but I'm gonna go with hometown hero Eddie Guerrero. That's my brother's all-time favorite pro wrestler. I love him too, but just not as much as my brother. He's a dork.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's Jerome, right?
Yeah, Jerome. Yeah,
Fucking
your mortal
Jerome.
enemy.
God, I hate him. I'm not gonna trash Eddie Guerrero. I was about to think, I hate Eddie Guerrero. No, I don't.
He was born in El Paso, Texas, baby. That lucha libre. Let's go.
All right. For my last pick, we mentioned him earlier. I don't know why I was drawn with him. For me, I kind of see him as was a transition from kind of the 90s to today for some reason, but Booker T.
Booker T's the man.
Hell
bro.
yeah, dude.
Booker T
Hell yeah.
is the WCW Rock.
Yeah.
That's what that
so
he's
good, dude.
he is the Rock of WCW. That's how I compare Booker T. When he called Hulk Hogan the N-word live on television, cut a promo on him, I was like, whoa.
Amazing.
Booker T actually hates that, by the way. He actually stopped using the N-word in his everyday vocabulary after that slipped out live on television.
Oh, did he really?
He thought he was going to get fired. He went on to win 6 championships, but he thought he was going to get fired, bro.
It's just how angry he was. That was how in the moment he was.
He was so in the moment. He cut a fire promo, and like I hear it, and it doesn't like pop my brain like, oh, I can't believe he said that. Right? I guess probably because I listen to hip hop music, but when I hear him talk about that, I'm always laughing. Like I can definitely see because it was like 97 or 98 or something. But they're like, that was such a good promo. We're gonna put the belt on you, young man.
Amazing. I'm gonna go another black icon of the sport. I'm gonna go to finish it up, Rikishi. I wanted to do the finishing move.
No chance is he making this list. You could have given me 50 guesses, bro. You could have given me 50 fucking guesses.
I did it.
There's no way the Sultan is making this list. That's freaking
all right.
wild,
I can change it.
bro.
I can change it.
No, it's a great choice.
I want the Iron Sheik.
Oh, the Iron Sheik's a great choice. No, Rikishi's a great choice, bro.
Rikishi, mainly based off of my turn of the century WWE games or like 2K5, WWE 2K5, where he was almost unbeatable because he would get you on the turnbuckle and do his little Rikishi butt shake, and you couldn't beat him. He'd drain your stamina.
He called it the stink face.
The stink face, yeah. Amazing. Yeah, Nevada, close enough. I think I's instead of E's, but yeah, close enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I had to sound it out. I wasn't gonna. It's like I think you could say it just by how I spelled it.
Yeah. It's Rikishi.
Yeah, close enough. Tomato, potato.
Yeah, man, you got it.
Yeah.
You got Rashi Rice up there. What are you talking about?
Rashi Rice.
It kind of does look like Rashi Rice.
Oh, bro. Fire list, by the way, boys. That was wildly entertaining.
That was good, yeah. It's kind of
honorable
funny
mentions. Honorable mentions, anybody? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Nick.
I was going to just say it's kind of funny how I look at this and I go, man, I don't really know. Like I thought when I first started, I was like, man, I don't really know top 5 wrestlers. And then I just started writing some down, and I was like, obviously, The Rock and Steve Austin I started with, and then I was like, you know what? I like this guy. This guy was good. And this guy will probably get taken. And it's like, wow, I like growing up in not in lower class families in the 90s. You truly just did watch wrestling. Like it was ingrained in your family.
It was The Simpsons and wrestling.
It was The Simpsons and wrestling.
Bro, pro wrestling is fantastic. I don't understand the hate on it. Like
I love to the day I die, I will use your take on it. Right? Do you like movies? Sometimes you know what's going to happen in the movie. You still watch the movie.
Yeah.
And it's male soap opera. Just like don't try to predict it. Just watch it and just have a good time. It's 300 it's NFL middle linebackers doing backflips. If you can't appreciate the athleticism, at least I love it. I love wrestling. I love watching. I'm not as good of a watcher as you. When we were in Diego Garcia, I was on that shit like white on rice, man.
Bro, we had the schedule timed out.
We had a scheduled time. People could not keep me at work before those scheduled times. I mean, I gotta go watch wrestling with you, man. This has to happen.
Dog, Raw and SmackDown.
Raw's on SmackDown, right?
Oh man!
But like, I still like watching clips online. It's amazing. It's great.
It's the way I always say it. It's theater with stunts. If you can't get on board with theater with stunts, then don't go watch the Cirque du Soleil. Like that's what wrestling is. Like everyone takes it so serious.
Yep.
Oh, that's so fake. I'm like, yes, it's fake. They're telling a story. Just like every other fake story you watch, just like movies and television. So it's such a weird stats for people to take, but I don't know. Maybe they can't separate from it. But do you guys have any honorable mentions?
Ooh.
I had one, Nick, you might laugh at this. Just because growing up, he kind of reminded me of Dad, but Triple H.
Triple H was
with the hair and the goatee. Like, it was like different body styles, but it was like that looks like Dad.
Yeah.
You know he runs WWE now, right?
Yeah.
And they still haven't found a suit to fit him yet.
No, he looks terrible in suits.
I don't. Maybe he goes for comfort, but they do look too big all the time.
Yeah.
I'm always like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah. Like you can get those tailored pretty easy.
He's got enough money.
Yeah, you can get a good fit.
I'm noticing of the 15, John Cena isn't in here, and that's great because we all hated John Cena at some point.
Yeah, John Cena has my respect, but John Cena will never be a top wrestler for me.
Exactly.
No.
That is how I feel about him. Mega respect, but like you were too clean when you wrestled, bro. Like,
nah, I like him more as an actor than wrestler. Like,
he's funny.
Go make some more movies for me, dog. I don't want to see you wrestle no more. Like, obviously we all love Ric Flair, right?
Yeah,
in some small amount, but not enough to make the list. Randy Orton.
Yep.
I will say Edge and Christian, right? Got to give some tag team
Edge,
love.
Yep.
Samoa Joe.
Oh, okay. Samoa Joe's a good one. Yeah.
Cody Rhodes.
Cody, yeah.
Oh man.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I mentioned him earlier.
Get out of here. That's enough. He's gotten plugged twice. That's the end of this. The list.
Who's the $1 million man, Jermaine?
Oh, Ted DiBiase, bro.
Yeah, Ted DiBiase.
Money isn't everything.
Yeah,
it's the only thing.
I
used to have a money clip of this.
Yeah. You did, yeah.
I was gonna say Andre the Giant, but I think I like him more for the out of the ring stuff than I do in the ring.
Yeah, I'm not a big Andre the Giant guy.
But yeah, I think outside the ring, kind of like Cena.
Yeah, I agree. Andre the Giant outside of the ring was awesome. Yo, Yokozuna. Do you remember Yokozuna?
Maybe.
Oh man, Yokozuna was this huge, like he was a sumo wrestler. Him and Bret Hart fought for the world title before.
Okay.
Oh, shout out Bret Hart. We gotta give Bret Hart some love.
Hart, yeah.
I think that's enough.
That's enough love.
That's enough.
Do we need a John Cena rom-com? Has there been a John Cena rom-com? Because I feel like that would be
where
he's the lead.
Yeah, where he's the lead.
No, we haven't got that yet.
Because I feel like that'd be pretty funny.
He's been like, what do you call it? Like extras or supporting actors in those, but never like the lead of it.
Right.
So, Nevada, read back the lists and we'll probably wrap up here, boys. Oh, actually, Blind 5, right? Sorry.
And Preakness, right?
Oh, and Preakness. Yeah. Holy shit. Oh, we filibustered at the beginning because
Preakness is going to go fast.
Nick was dealing with something. Go ahead, Nevada.
All right. PCP, top 5 professional wrestlers. Jermaine started off with AJ Styles, the Hardy Boys, not to be confused with the Hardly Boys. Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle, and Eddie Guerrero. I had second. I went The Undertaker, Rey Mysterio, Sting, Kane, and Booker T. And Nick finished us off with The Rock, Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Dave Bautista, and Rikishi. I can't roll my R's.
Rikishi.
Dude, the Rikishi swerve. Dave Bautista and Rikishi making this list, no chance.
I knew you
do that.
I knew you loved the Rikishi one. I knew you'd love it.
Dude, because Rikishi, first of all, that dude had such a crazy character arc. He got thrown off a Hell in a Cell and then joined a hip hop group.
I love him. I love it so much.
Do you remember he was the guy who ended up running over Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yeah.
He was the one who drove the vehicle who ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And nobody expected it.
Rikishi's a menace, dog. And then he went out there and entertained the masses with his hip hop moves. Dude.
Yeah.
That's a talented motherfucker,
That is
bro.
a talented motherfucker.
You know his kids are the Usos, right?
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. That's dope, dude.
Yeah. The bloodline, bro. The bloodline runs deep. Let's get into that
right.
blind 5 here.
Let's do it. First entry, we will go with Man on Fire.
Oh, Denzel Washington movies?
First of all, it doesn't matter what category it falls into.
2.
That's one of the best movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, we're starting with a 2 off the bat.
Really?
Is there
Anything else?
Is there a better Denzel Washington movie than Man on Fire?
Training Day?
Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay.
Yo.
All right.
Yo.
All right. Man on Fire, number 2 to that.
Yo.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Hey, the synergy is real.
Buy me some dinner.
All right. Let's see. Where's my list? There it is. Next one is going to be Equalizer.
Oh,
Fire movie.
God damn. These are just Denzel. Just fire Denzel Washington movies.
Equalizer 3 is better than Equalizer 1.
And Equalizer 2 is better than Equalizer 1. So 4?
I think we could put that 5. Pretty safe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm in.
Equalizer Uno. Alrighty. Next up is going to be. Oh, let me delete that one. Next one up is V for Vendetta.
Is Denzel Washington in that movie?
No. he's B.
I was like, I remember that movie. I was like, Denzel. Oh, bro. Also, I fucking love V for Vendetta, though.
Yeah.
I love it. But I think, Nevada, what are the other 2 before we make it? No, I'm just kidding. What do you think, Nick? 3 or 4? Do you like V for Vendetta?
No, not really. I go
dude,
4.
You have to go watch it again.
Sorry. I like it. I don't like it in context of the way this is going. I would put it 4. It's a good movie. Among these, 4. That's my final. That's my final comment.
What is this? One man takes down like the
one man against all. One man against all odds. Against all odds. One man.
Yeah, I don't see the thread. Is there a producer for these? Anyways, go ahead, Nevada.
Next up will be Prisoners.
Is that the movie with
Tobey Maguire and Jake Gyllenhaal?
I don't think it's Tobey Maguire, but Jake Gyllenhaal and Hugh Jackman.
I was gonna ask, is that the Arnold Schwarzenegger Sylvester Stallone movie? What is that movie where they're both in prison?
Dog, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't think I've seen Prisoners, we're pigeonholed into 3.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got an 8.2 rating on IMDb.
You guys haven't seen Prisoners?
I haven't.
Oh no, that's the one where.
Oh, that's a good movie.
That's the one where Hugh Jackman's kids are snagged up by the dude from
Paul Dano.
Yeah, the dude from the Wall Street Bets movie.
Dang, bro, it has some hitters, bro.
It's a good movie, Jermaine.
Well, it says 8.2 on IMDb. I trust that.
More than you trust me.
No, I mean, you said it after I looked at that, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
V for Vendetta is 8.2 as well. I'm telling you, Nick, you gotta rewatch that one.
I will rewatch it.
That is a criminally underrated movie. Hugo Weaving just killing it, bro. I don't see the connection though, Nevada. I think you're gonna stump us on this one. Warner Brothers released movies. We're going 3 for Prisoners.
Yeah, we have to. Yep.
3 for Prisoners. All right. So that means you guys have The Punisher at 1.
With Thomas Jane?
Like the original Marvel Punisher?
Yeah. I actually really like that movie, but that's a bad list.
It is a bad number 1.
This is why I said Man on Fire should have went 1, dude.
Oh, that's a bad list.
That's a bad list. That's an awful list. He got us, dude.
You did get us, you son of a bitch.
I really like that Punisher movie though. Like,
Yeah.
when I was a kid, I really liked it. It's probably not that good, but as a kid, I liked it. I think it got unnecessary hate. Punisher, 2004 film. 6.4. That's not too bad. Kevin Nash, and John Travolta. Dude, I honestly thought it was.
It's not a bad movie. I wouldn't say it's a bad.
I'm not saying it's winning awards or anything.
No.
I think it got too much hate.
For me, I thought it was kind of maybe like one of those first live action movies that seemed somewhat realistic because it wasn't like over the top live action.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, this seems kind of.
Because there's no powers involved. It was just some dude like fucking him up with guns. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was like, for sure, it was no Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider.
Oh man.
I think I watch Ghost Rider now just because like I haven't watched it in a very long time since it came out, really. But I'd probably watch it now and be like, oh, it's just.
Here's my thing about Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider was at the height of Nick Cage being a major Hollywood actor, not being Nick Cage. If I go back and watch Ghost Rider, I'm going to go, this is Nick Cage's emergence as Nick Cage.
This is when everyone's like, is he a good actor?
Right. This is when you're like, he was no longer Hollywood's leading man, and he just started to be crazy Nick Cage.
Yeah. That's when the Capula blood in him kicked in.
That's right. Yeah, he's a killer. Yeah.
I love that he picked his name from Luke Cage, the Marvel character.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I was like, all right, if that's how you want to go. Dude, we need to get not Keanu Reeves. Well, we need to get Keanu Reeves as well, but we need to get Nicolas Cage in the Marvel universe, dude. How sick would that be?
He's already
reprise the role as Ghost Rider.
Chill, boys. Chill. Let's not rehash old wounds. Nevada, I don't know if I have a fucking clue on what these are. So premises, I don't think the premises are all that close.
Okay.
I don't know if it's an executive producer.
I would just say man against, like, a single man against the world.
Were they all Left for Dead and then they came back?
Is he Left for Dead and Man on Fire?
Prisoners wasn't really like that.
Wasn't like that. All right, we don't know what it is.
Man Against the World.
You got it.
I was going for vigilante movies
and no Batman. Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and no Batman. Fuck you, Nevada. Okay. Moving on.
We don't need no billionaires on this list.
Vigilantes. I guess I would have to have seen Prisoners for me to make that connection. But right.
Prisoners is a great movie.
But I believe it. You both have said it. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Also,
Jermaine, dude, it's a great movie.
Oh my goodness,
100%.
Well, that wraps up Blind Fight. I'm gonna end this recording. Let's get into the Preakness.
Yeah. So, as my wonderful co-host reminded me, literally before this show, the Preakness is this weekend, this Saturday. It is the I don't even have what fucking running it is.
Here, I'll look it up.
It is the 100. It is the 400. 400. It is the 149th running. My God, I'm having a stroke right now.
What was that?
I don't know. I'm critically tired. I'm underpaid. I'm overworked. You know, Jermaine beats me. I'm blinking SOS on YouTube. All right. Jesus Christ. All right. So for the 2024 Preakness,
how many times you going to say all right? Let's get into this.
100%. The Preakness has 9 horses running this year. Post 1 is Mugatu, who also ran or who got
wait, Zoolander? You just gonna glaze over the Zoolander reference?
He got scratched from the Derby. Number 2, second post, Uncle Heavy. Third post, Catching Freedom, who finished fourth in the Derby. The 4 post, Muth, Muth. Number 5, the Derby winner, post 5, the Derby winner, Mystic Dan. Number 6, Seize the Gray. 7, Just Steel, also in the Derby. My horse in the Derby, he finished 17th. 8 is Tuscan Gold, and 9 is Imagination. Of these horses, the favorite.
Did you say it like that because it's spelled Imagine Space Nation?
No, I said it because I think I'm having a stroke right now, and do you guys smell that burnt toast?
Bro, I was like, why did he say imagination like that? It was like two different words.
Shut up, okay? The top four horses in terms of betting odds. Mystic Dan, the Derby winner, is the betting. Or sorry, Muth, the number 4 horse, is the betting favorite at 8-5. Mystic Dan is second at 5-2. Catching Freedom, the number 3 horse, and the number 9 horse, Imagination, are both 6-1 horses. So a little facts about the Preakness here. So there has only been one horse in the history of the Preakness Stakes. And remember, it's the 149th.
Mr. Ed.
Misread?
Mr. Ed.
Mr. Ed. There's only been one horse that has won the Derby. There's only been one time in history where a horse has won the Derby at double-digit odds and won the Preakness Stakes at double-digit odds. That was 2011. So on your betting card, if you're checking it out, that eliminates Mugatu, Uncle Heavy, Seize the Gray, and Just Steel. And there's a little tear running down my face for Just Steel. Those horses are all double-digit horses in the Preakness, 15-1, 15-1, and 20-1, respectfully. Of note, Bob Baffert, the famous trainer who missed the Derby last year, he is an 8-time winner of the Preakness Stakes. Every single time his winner has been shorter than 3-2 odds. Bob Baffert has 2 horses in the Preakness. He has the number 4 horse, Muth, who's the favorite at 8-5, and he has the number 9 horse, Imagination, who's 6-1. But before you go running to the window to bet it, in the last 8, there has only been one favorite to win. Only one favorite horse has won. That was 2018 in Justify. However, every single time that horse has won, that favorite horse has won, because there was one that won in 2011 as well. He has gone on to win the Triple Crown. So every time the favorite horse has won, so Mystic Dan every time the horse has won, he has won the Triple Crown. If that's making sense.
It's not.
The Kentucky Derby winner.
Okay. The favorite of the Kentucky Derby winner of Bob Baffert's horses ends up winning the Triple Crown.
No. Sorry. Let me say this again.
If you don't get this right, we're going to send you to the glue factory.
Dude, shoot me now.
We're going to take you out back, big brother.
Bob Baffert has won the Preakness 8 times.
Okay.
Every time he's won, his winner has been shorter than 3-2 odds.
Okay.
However, in the last 8 races, when Bob Baffert's horse is the favorite, only one horse has won.
Okay.
That was 2018.
The Triple Crown winner.
No. I combined 2 facts. If Mystic Dan wins this race, he is not the favorite. If Mystic Dan wins this race, he is almost guaranteed to win a Triple Crown.
Oh.
Because the last 2 horses, 3's a charm, the last 2 horses to win the Preakness, not being the favorite, have won the Triple Crown.
Got it.
Okay, moving on.
Got it.
However, before you start running to the betting stations, 4 of the last 5 in this race have been at least 6-2 odds and at least the 3rd betting favorite.
At least 6-2 odds and the 3rd.
Oh, sorry, at least 6-1 and at least the 3rd favorite. 6-1 odds and at least the 3rd favorite.
Mystic Dan checks those boxes, doesn't he?
Mystic Dan does not. He's the 2nd favorite horse.
Oh, 6-1 is Sorry, 6-1 was
6-1 is Imagination and Catching Freedom. Imagination is also a Bob Baffert horse, by the way.
right.
My final nugget here for the Preakness Stakes is Chad Brown trained horses. Chad Brown has won this race twice since 2017 with his horses. He finished second last year. His winner has never been a top 2 betting favorite. He has entered Tuscan Gold, who is an 8-1 horse. So if you're looking for checking the boxes of not top 3 or not top 2 and at least 6-2, there are 3 horses that check that. I already mentioned Catching Freedom and Tuscan Gold, and then Imagination. Now, looking back at the last 5 races from 2023 to 2019, we already mentioned what happens for the horse to win, at least 6-1 and at least third choice. However, the favorite has finished in the top 3, the win, place, the show or place stages, every single one on one of the last 5 races. Starting from last year and going back, he has finished third, second, and then he didn't place in 2019.
And that was Bob Baffert again?
That was just the favorite horse.
The favorite. Okay.
The favorite horse. So my betting tip is pick a horse that's outside, that's at least the third favorite horse and outside 6-1. Pick the favorite to place or show, and then pick a third horse that is at least 5-1. With my suggestions there, that horse would be, I'm picking Tuscan Gold to win it at 8-1.
Damn it.
Damn it, we're out, Nevada.
Yeah.
Muth is the favorite at 8-5. I got him finishing second. And then I'm probably going to play some sort of exacta or trifecta, focusing on Catching Freedom at 6-1 and Bob Baffert's horse also at 6-1 Imagination. Any thoughts, gentlemen, after those nuggets, or any picks from you guys?
Fade Tuscan Gold.
Yeah, that's who I was going to go with. But
one home run bet does not make Nick a Nostradamus. I'll take Imagination to win.
Damn.
You could have said it first.
No, I'm not going to interrupt.
Yeah, you could have Imagination. I'm gonna buck the odds here. I'll take Mugato.
I was just going to say that as a backup.
Well, Nevada's 3 horses are out.
Just for Zoolander's stake.
That's the only reason I picked it, dude. So who do you want, Nevada? Because I'll take someone else.
I'll go with I'll go with Seize the Gray. I don't know if I'll go for win, but I think win, place, or show.
Place, show.
Yeah. Okay. I think Seize the Gray would be a pretty good one. I mean, shit, there's only 9 freaking horses, so.
Yeah, that's why it's really easy for us to pick. So I'll go Imagination to win. I'll go Muth to place. And I'll have Chasing Freedom to show. Yeah. My inner Nick kicked in.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think if I do an exacta, I'll go with Muth to win. I want to go back to Tuscan Gold, but now I'm scared. I'm going to go with Imagination to place, and then Seize the Gray to show.
Tuscan Gold won't even make it out the gates. They're gonna scratch it. They're gonna scratch it on Saturday.
He's gonna get a case of the shits right before he walks in there.
That's how it fucking goes.
all this lead up and all these facts and betting odds, and then he drops Tuscan Gold, and we're like, yeah, we're out.
Who fucking needs him?
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Who fucking needs him?
Oh boy. Yeah, they're gonna have to crate him because he shit himself. That's what's gonna happen to Tuscan Gold.
It's dude, at this point, it's my fucking luck.
What do you guys got? Anything else for the 10s and 10s?
Nothing for me.
No, I don't.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Podcast Room303. Follow our sister pod, Revenge of the Pod, on all things social and streaming platforms. For myself, Jermaine Mendez, for my co-host, Nicholas Moorhan, for our executive producers, Nevada, and we'll see you next time when you come on down and step into the room.